on, wrestling fans? It is I, Steve Fall, and welcome to 10 Count. On today's edition, I'm talking to the reigning and defending Ring of Honor Women's Champion. It's Athena. How are you doing today?
Actually, forever Ring of Honor champion.
Forever.
Forever Ring of Honor champion. You forgot to add that.
Well, as we talk right now, you technically have tied Mercedes Martinez 220 days as champion. So if you just sit down for the next 24 hours, don't go anywhere, you will break the record and be the longest reigning champion forever.
Forever.
So right now, records are being broken with you. And a year ago, I interviewed you immediately after you showing up in AEW. It was in May of last year. And we talked about you hiding in elevators and the airport. But in reality, it's been over a year now. How has that transition gone for you? Are you very happy where you are? Obviously, 220 days as champion. I would be happy.
I'm extremely happy. It's not something I first saw when I was standing in an elevator, for sure, with fans trying to figure out what is going on in this corner. But I'm immensely happy, and I'm just eager to do more.
Yeah, I get it. The journey, though, because you show up somewhere and you're like, I think I'm going to do well. I think this is going to go right. And, people sometimes get a stop start. You didn't get a stop start. It was like rev the engines as fast as you can go and push forward. And now you're someplace completely different because July 21st, Ring of Honor is holding a pay-per-view, Death Before Dishonor. You're the champion and you're fighting Willow Nightingale. And this is a championship match that people are looking forward to. Now, it's not the preparation I'm concerned about. It's more about, is there pressure on you knowing that the audience is expecting a very good, high quality match?
I think the audience is very invested in what me and Willow have put out, from our first match to our second match in the Owen Hart Foundation tournament. And of course we're going to deliver. That's just what I do as your forever Ring of Honor champion. So yeah, the pressure is on, because you never want to disappoint the fans. That's just it. It's you don't want this rubber match, as TK would say, be the biggest disappointment of all time. And between me and Willow, we really are really wanting that main event spot. We don't know if we got it yet. But that's something that we both feel like we have earned and we have deserved, and we have the fans behind us, and we're just very eager to show the world what we can do and show that women wrestling on a pedestal can deliver.
Of course. And also, going into this pay-per-view, it seems like we're in the last stretch going into it, and a lot of matches are slowly being added to the card. Now, you're talking about being in the main event. Now, I would love to see this because right now, it seems like the World Championship in the men's division is kind of up in the air right now as we talk. Maybe as this airs, something else has happened, but as we talk. So seeing you in the main event, I cannot imagine why that wouldn't be a possibility. But being the main event, though, that is putting your face out there saying, I deserve this no matter what you say. Moving forward, though, if you are the main event, do you expect yourself to always be the high caliber talent and be in the main event? Because it seems like women's wrestling, everyone is deep invested into this, and seeing you in the main event would just put a stamp on the ground saying, yes, we're here and we're not going anywhere.
Just in my entire career, I've never gotten to main event a pay-per-view. We've done the indie shows and stuff like that, but not on this stage. And I feel like that's just a bucket list that I want to do, to just show the world that I'm not overrated, I'm not underrated. I am Athena, the fallen goddess, and I am just ready for this responsibility to see if I can do it, first and foremost. In my brain and my soul, I know that we can deliver. I know it's going to be an amazing fight because it's been fantastic both times before. I think I'm going into this just hoping, with all fingers crossed, that I can cross off another item off my bucket list to main event a pay-per-view. And with Ring of Honor being so amazing just toward women's wrestling in general, the possibility is there. We just have to wait Friday and see.
Of course, it's going to be a great matchup. And of course, Ring of Honor, though, people all want it to be live, not just the pay-per-views, the weekly shows, because I can go online, unfortunately, and just read some things. Oh, what happened? Okay. You choose if you want to watch or not watch, versus live, you have to tune in to see what happens next. Is there a possibility, I know it's probably a financial issue, but is there a possibility that we'd ever see Ring of Honor weekly live programming traveling as a brand all on its own?
Like that's definitely something I would hope for. I don't have the answer for that, sadly. I know that we are traveling now and everyone's loving it, and like we just continually try to step up and one up each other, from the kingdom to infantry main eventing. We just really want people to watch Ring of Honor. And even though, like, I don't know, even though it's taped, I have a different philosophy, because I remember when the Mankind championship win victory leaked when I was a kid, and everyone was like, no way. And we all tuned in. It's kind of the same thing. Just because you're reading the results online doesn't mean that you shouldn't watch, because you're probably missing on something absolutely phenomenal every step of that way.
Of course, and because matches that happen in front of your eyes doesn't mean you're going to see what happened backstage and segments that will be taped later on. So you won't even see that. Funny Mankind story, though, that exact moment you're talking about, is I met him as a child, like 2 days before it aired. He already had the world title with him.
That's awesome.
And so I'm sitting there as a kid, like, Dad, The Rock is world champion.
Did he steal it?
And I was like, what's happening here? And I didn't know, and I had no clue. So you make a good point, but at the same time, my mind was blown. And I have met Mick Foley a few times, and I have talked to him about it multiple times. Of like, dude, like that blew my mind. There was no social media, there was no Twitter, there was nothing. So I couldn't go online and be like, listen, friends, I just saw him and he had the championship. You wouldn't.
And they're probably like, no way.
Right. They're like, liar. Beat me up in the schoolyard, probably. But I'm okay, though. I didn't get beat up a lot.
Good.
No, I didn't get beat up. Though, with the Ring of Honor and even AEW, women's wrestling, we're talking about it. And from the beginning till now, I would say it is progressively gotten better every single time someone gets added to the mix. Could we ever see maybe an AEW / Ring of Honor all women's pay-per-view?
Absolutely. Like that's the cool thing with Tony Khan. Anything is a possibility. Like you never know what's going on in his crazy head. And I know that every time any woman from the AEW locker room, the ROH locker room, we're going out there to prove a point that we deserve the position that we're put in, and the fans are loving it. Like it's just our heart put on a platter. So of course, like that would be the ultimate goal, to do an all women's pay-per-view at Ring of Honor with AEW, like that is the ultimate goal down the road. And I know every locker room across the board, Collision, Dynamite, Rampage, Ring of Honor, like that's something we all want. It's just a matter of time.
Man, you talk about, Forbidden Doors or, Double or Nothings, all these pay-per-views, but that to me is just like money, easy money. Like, oh, we're going to have forever champion Athena take on whoever at the time is the AEW women's champion in the main event. Champion versus champion, not title versus title. We're not doing something crazy like that. We're not unifying things.
Well, why not?
It's not, because if I said that, you might have said, well, why not? No matter what side of the coin of let's unify and let's not unify, someone would be like, well, then you'd hurt one brand, and the other half is like, well, why would you do that? I'm not getting them. I'm not getting.
Look, let's be honest. If I'm in the mix, whether it be Tony Storm, whether it be Kris Statlander, whoever is AEW Women's Champion, TBS Champion, like I'm down for that fight, and I will take all the belts. I'll be a belt collector. I've never done that. Hold on, let me write that on my bucket list.
I know.
Hold on. Triple champ. That's it right there.
Triple champ. You know what? Let's just have AEW women's tag team titles. You win them by yourself. Then you can be quadruple champ.
Perfect.
There we go. I would love it so much. And now, obviously, Ring of Honor, it's coming with pay-per-views every so often. Of course, July 21st is Death Before Dishonor. But do you think that we could see more AEW pay-per-views with Ring of Honor involved as well? Because it seems like, there's always rumors online. And Tony, even on a press conference yesterday, mentioned there has been talk about adding more monthly pay-per-views because financially, it just makes sense. So Ring of Honor, though, is kind of filling in the gaps between AEW right now. Do you think that would eventually hurt Ring of Honor's bottom line if we have a Ring of Honor pay-per-view and other companies and AEW all in the same month? That's like four pay-per-views in a month.
I don't think so, because Ring of Honor has its own fan base, right? From the very beginning, like people that tune into Ring of Honor know like it is hardcore wrestling, and the history from your Claudios, your Danielsons, and everyone across the board that has started there. Like like it's just this core fan base that continues to grow. But the cool part about pro wrestling right now is every pay-per-view has something different to offer. And I think that it would be really cool to have something like that, first off, because I'm a pro wrestling fan. I watch a lot of pro wrestling.
Mm.
And so like I think like every company is different, every pay-per-view style is different. I think it'll be fine, to be honest with you. And I don't think Ring of Honor will get lost in the shuffle.
Right. And then obviously recently in Impact Wrestling, Trinity became the Knockouts champion. And I gotta say, you know, we have seen Deonna Purrazzo inside AEW before when she was champion, and it's great battles back and forth between both companies. I think Trinity becoming champion just puts a stamp on the ground of like, hey, you know, there are multiple companies in the world that we all can succeed in, and you are proof of that as well, Claudio, and so many other people. How do you feel about Trinity winning that belt? Because that's got to be a huge moment for her and everyone in
Man,
general.
I love Trinity. I was actually stuck in a airport in Canada when I got the news, and I had no service to tweet about it. But I'm immensely happy for her. She has worked so hard, and I think all she wants to do is prove that she belongs. And I think her winning the Knockout Championship definitely did that. Not only that, it just showed the world that like there's more wrestling out there for everyone to love. Deonna Purrazzo is absolutely phenomenal. She's one of those people I do want to match with down the line. But like just seeing how happy Trinity was with all of her friends backstage supporting her, it kind of made me wish I was there on some level. But like I gave her a nice big like long text message when I got back to the States. I'm immensely proud of her and everything that she has accomplished and will accomplish in the future.
Man, Canada. I've gone there in February for an event, and I swear, the morning of, I'm like, I'm getting ready, and Air Canada's like, you're canceled. I was like, and luckily I live, you know, 5-6 hours away from Canada, so I was like, you know what? Screw you,
Drive it.
Canada. I'm driving. You're not gonna make me miss this event. So I don't know why, but I have seen a lot of AEW wrestlers suffering in Canada right
Woo!
now. But
It was rough. Like the awesome part about it, the travel has sucked to and from Canada, but the fans were consistently amazing across the board. Even though, you know, me and Canada, we're on the fence with each other, you know, we're on the fence. Some, you know, like I would like to think that I like Canada until Canada boos me out of the arena. So, and then I'm just like, Canada, you just don't know. You just don't know. But like honestly, like just from top to bottom, every single night we were there, the crowd was absolutely phenomenal, amazing. Like they gave us all their energy. So like I'm just, yeah, like as much as I blame Canada for everything that has happened to me in my career with AEW, you know, we do love them and we love our fans there.
of course. But especially, I'm assuming in London, you'll be loving those fans at Wembley Stadium because AEW is breaking records, selling tickets, 70,
Yeah.
80,000 tickets being sold for this event. Not one match announced. Not one match. That is proving everyone that, guess what? AEW as a brand is selling out this arena without any matches even on the card. How does the locker room feel about this? Because this is a monumental moment. This isn't just a AEW historic moment. This is a wrestling, this is an event historic moment. How do you feel?
It's really amazing when you think about it. AEW is still a very young company, 4 or 5 years now, right? Like
Yeah.
a very young company with stars that everyone is still getting to learn their move set, getting to learn their personality. And for us to have this like extremely huge like venue, and we've sold it out multiple times and they keep adding tickets to it, you know, like that's just a testament that we're doing something right and we are moving in the right direction for the company, for individuals. And I think everyone is just buzzing with excitement. I hope that I am fortunate enough to be able to go to Wembley because I haven't been to the UK in over, I think, 5 years now. So I'm just really like excited to see like the fans there. And even if I have to watch from home, which I am really hoping like I don't have to, but me and TK might have to butt heads on that one. But like I know everyone is just immensely excited and eager to get to Wembley.
Of course. Now, if you had an opportunity to be on this card and you had the opportunity to pick your opponent, who would it be?
I don't know. Like maybe Statlander, because that's a match that I've wanted for a while, like even watching from home before I got signed to AEW ROH. Like Statlander is like that woman, more than a woman, as someone that was my sister from another mister when I first got here. Like, I love Kris Statlander, and I would love to break her face in and steal her TBS championship.
Wow. I really feel bad for everyone that you love.
What? You hit
like,
your
I love
friends
you.
harder. You hit
Oh.
your friends harder. You know, I'm just going to take something very precious along the way.
Of course. Of course. Note to self, don't cross Athena or become friends.
Why?
We'll keep it this way. We'll just keep asking questions so I don't ever actually become your friend or your enemy. I'll just be just media. We'll just keep it like that.
No.
We'll be friends then? Fine, I'll be your friend.
Yes. Oh, yes, we're friends.
Yay, we're friends. Now
we're
I get
friends. We
face.
better be friends. We
We're
better
friends.
be friends.
Well,
yeah.
I'll always compliment your amazing Super Mario 3 poster behind you. So
this one?
Yeah, that one right there.
And it lights up.
Wow.
Followed by Pumpkinhead right beside him. Love him.
I know. You gotta love that background there. I was gonna say, it seems like you even got, Pikachu there with your name on the bottom. So
yes.
I want to take a wild guess that you've dressed up as someone behind you for Halloween at one point.
I have done matches dressed up as Pikachu. I did do a Yoshi costume when I was a kid, but like, everything on this wall has a massive significance to my childhood or just in my life. So like you see, like I have like a Nintendo hat here, my husband's merchandise, Charizard, my first starter Pokemon, Mario Party. I have a trophy because I've never lost a game of Mario Party. Frogger was the first video game I've ever played, which is right here. And then we have Mario Kart right up here that you can't see quite all the way, but
I see the podium.
Yeah, and Bowser's on top because that was the character I played with. And then we have Rampage right here, which is my favorite arcade game. So like everything has a significance in this like small little corner. And then I'm inverted. So, and then I have my little husband right here, my Pro Wrestling Monster Hunter wrestling buddy who watches over me while I do my work. So
wow, yeah, I was gonna say if we went through this, we'd be here all day. Like, well, on 1995, I recall the day I purchased this VHS tape. It does not work.
I still have so many working VHSs. It's sad.
Do you have a VCR?
I do. It still works. Yes, I am quite the hoarder of nerd things, but like even then, like I think over here we have like South Park. And I have Far Cry for my love, and then like down here I have a Mastodon and from Horizon Forbidden West, and then behind that I used to have Mjolnir up here too. I had to take him downstairs, so from God of War. So anyway, I have a whole like nerd genre of a set here.
Well, there we go. It's funny when you write down questions for someone, you're like, I will never talk about their background probably. And then here we are, full on. What does this mean? What does that mean? What's that down there? I see something over here.
So, yeah, it's a Where's Waldo, and like it continues on this way. If I move the camera, we might not get it back.
Right. I don't want to piss off AEW while we're sitting here because, I'm probably running out of time as general. But July 21st, Ring of Honor, Death Before Dishonor, the pay-per-view, you versus Will Nightingale. Let's hope it main events. Now, if someone is on the fence about ordering this pay-per-view, which they shouldn't be, what should fans expect if they purchase this event and just get to watch it and enjoy it?
You're just going to see a lot of really phenomenal wrestling with a lot of really great people. We have Samoa Joe, we have Claudio, we have the Lucha Brothers, we have, of course, your forever Ring of Honor World Champion, Athena, forever, right? And of course, if you like that type of thing, you have your cup of sugar, spice, and everything nice, Willow Nightingale. But like at the end of the day, you're going to see a lot of hard-hitting action. You're going to see a lot of fun. And I will go ahead and tell you, I do have a very, very special entrance that will top any entrance that I've ever done before, and probably most people's entrances. So yeah, as long as my prop makes it to New Jersey, because it is currently in my garage right now, but it's something that I've been working on for almost 4 months now. I don't think you're going to want to miss it. I mean, come on, it's me.
Of course. As long as it's not in Canada, we'll be fine. So
yes, exactly. Blame Canada.
I know that South Park song is going to get played a lot today, but Oh, at least in my house. Alexa, play Bland Canada, please. That's what's going to happen after this.
Yes.
But all in
Yes.
all, I am so pumped. You're pumped. We are all pumped for so many things happening with you and your career. The forever Ring of Honor Women's Champion defending your gold July 21st. This Friday, Death Before Dishonor. It's going to be a huge event, and I just cannot wait to see what happens next. Wembley Stadium. You got All In. You got All Out. There's
Yep.
just so much happening in the AEW universe, and I hope it continues to flourish because I love wrestling, and I want all wrestling to do well. So it's been a pleasure here talking to you once again. This time we didn't go into in depth of you hiding inside of a car and you coughing, scaring people away and being in an airport. This time we got to talk about you, your forever championship, and of course your amazing background. So maybe someday we'll get to talk about my background someday, but right now
Yes.
we'll have to wrap it up. But I've been Seafall. She is the forever women's champion, Athena. Have a great day, and we will see you next time. Bye-bye.